I was born in Srinagar and came to the United States when I was a baby and grew up outside of Boston and did all my schooling in Massachusetts. So my grammar school and high school and college and graduate school all in Massachusetts. I'm pretty much from New England. Third president from which I served. And so whether I was working at the United States Agency for International Development or at the White House, at the National Security Council, or here at the Department of State, I've been able to see government from many different angles. And it really has been a very keen interest of mine to work on foreign policy issues. But there's been no job that I have ever had that has been as important as the job that I've been asked to do right now, because at this moment in time, it is unique. Well, I think it's math, to be quite frank with you. You have 1.6 billion Muslims on the planet. That's 1/4 of humanity. Most of those Muslims are under the age of 30. What are they doing? What are they feeling? How are they thinking about things? We aren't just talking about youth. We are engaging with them. We are listening to them. We call it a youthquake that is happening around the world. Well, I've called this generation change. And I call it generation change because everywhere that I've been, every part of the world I've been, I see these young people some of whom are really well educated, some people are not. Some people are in places where it is easy to have accessibility to literature. In other places, you have to go a long while to find books. In some places, whether I'm in the Pamir Mountains or in the Sahara Desert, whether I'm in an urban center or I'm in a rural place, this generation wants to be heard and they want to do. They are an active generation. They're not sitting back and wondering what will happen to them. They're using the power of social media, especially, to be able to move their ideas forward. So you are seeing this youthquake around the world, whether or not it's postings on a Facebook wall, or it's 140 characters on Twitter, or it's someone writing a blog, or someone putting something up on YouTube. They're using 21st century statecraft to tell their stories and move their ideas forward. Using 21st century statecraft, you're also giving power to that young person, because for the first time, a young person who wants to tell me something can send me a direct message on Twitter, on Facebook, that goes directly to me. So there are no layers of machinery between getting the ideas that are happening on the ground to a senior government official. And that's reshaped and recalibrated the way I think about this generation, the way I know what the potential is for this generation. And when I talk to young people about who they are and what they want to do, they want to hear from their peers. They want to know that others are doing similar things. So you're able to make networks of like-minded thinkers. With diplomacy in this digital age, there are no divides, because that's eradicated when you're using social media forums. So you are able to have a young person in Stockholm speak to somebody in New Delhi at the same moment, in the same wavelength, because they are caring about the same thing. Well, I think no matter who I speak to around the world, whether you are Muslim or you are not Muslim, it's about really understanding who you are and making sure that the work that you do, you're passionate about. I think anytime you look at a career and you think about your role in this world, you aren't just doing a job. You should be doing something that speaks to you. You should be doing something that you know you're good at and you can add value to your community. You don't need titles around your name. You don't need degrees after your name. You need to know that what you're doing matters to you and it's making a difference to how you think about your life, because the work life and the actual life are part and parcel of the same thing. So I would urge any young person to really be honest about who they are and what they want to achieve.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.